Now I'm unmuted. Ah, everyone can hear me. Ah! Mm-hmm. Oh, that was a cool animation. That was a really cool animation. Gotta have the Coyotes hat back here, the retired Coyote stuff. All right, let me make a few adjustments, okay, everybody? All right, that's not too bad because then it looks got that white ice hockey look there. All right, maximize. I gotta turn off my volume and stuff. All right. We caking. All right. Hold on. Not as professional as I want to be yet, but damn, I'm trying. All right. Oh shit. Here we go. Got to make sure I have everything ready so I can do proper moderation. Know what I'm saying? I'm here. I'm ready to talk hockey. Wrong channel. Got to switch on the phone. But when your phone is like 8 years old, 6 years old, one of my phones. All right, go over here. Go over to my own stream. Yeah. All right. Is my computer volume on? Is that? Oh, I can hear you through your phone. All right. Almost time. I'm getting it ready. Oh, I'm getting it ready. A little late, everybody. A little late. I'll explain it all in a second. You just calm down. I'm over here. I'm drinking this beer, and I'm cracking a beer. Oh, yeah, we caking. I'm here to talk hockey. First ever live stream. How long has it been? It's been a few years. I gotta be honest. I made some videos a long time ago, but I'm full force right now. We got the stream set up. Everybody, say a few prayers. Oh my God, I'm not even gonna start talking about my Coyotes yet. But we got the beer. We got the weir. We got the energy drink. I got water's in the other room. Who needs water? Oh shit. I smacked my smack. Oh my gosh. Dropping stuff. All right. Smacked my mic right out of my hand because I'm so hyped. So watch what we're going to do today. We're going to be setting these little guys up. And you're like, what are these little pizza looking things? They're not pizzas. They stands. They're easels. Have you ever gone to, I was going to say like Italy or something, but that's probably like totally wrong. But I mean like Italy's art. So who's playing tonight? We have the Boston Bruins. We got Charlie McAvoy who's playing tonight. Who else we got playing tonight? We got Brad Martian. Oh, you think we going out without any pasta? Because we got David Pastrnak. Right now, we are in period 3, first day Stanley Cup playoffs, first round. Now, as you can tell, I may have missed a little bit of the other games, a little bit of the other times of the games, but it's all right because I'm here now. We ready to vibe. We ready to talk hockey. Maybe it was a long day of technical difficulties. Maybe there were some bumps that came along the way, but it's okay. We're here. We're talking hockey. And I'm caking to talk hockey. Thank you for everyone that's showing up right now. We are getting ready to talk about the Stanley Cup playoffs. We got 10 minutes and 8 seconds to go left in the third period. Game 1, Toronto Maple Leafs, Boston Bruins. It's been a blowout. The Bruins have been absolutely stomping the Toronto Maple Leafs. And if you be looking on all those social medias for sports, you can absolutely tell these Maple Leafs fans are not having it. They're not having it at all. But guess what? I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time watching these Maple Leafs get crushed. Now, you might be thinking to yourself right now, like, what's a Maple Leaf? I mean, who's on the Maple Leafs? Are the Maple Leafs any good? What are the Maple Leafs? Oh my gosh, there's my beer can. That's funny. It actually went all the way in. That's actually really funny. Who are these Maple Leafs you're talking about? Oh, I'll show you about these Maple Leafs that I be talking about. Oh, okay. So we gotta keep it going. So we're gonna put the Boston Bruins. We're gonna bring them a little closer. Come on, camera. Gotta focus there, camera. And then we got the shiny McAvoy. Not bad. Look at that. Isn't that a beauty? That is a, you know what? I got to take that out of the sleeve. You got to see some of these really cool hockey cards because we're going to be talking about the players. We're going to be talking about the moves going on right now. We're going to be talking about this match. Now, like I said when I started, it's kind of a blowout. It's kind of course, I mean, you're 10 minutes to go in the third period. What is there to talk? Oh, there's a lot I can talk about. There's an absolute lot that I can talk about this hockey game. Now, if you're maybe of the tree variety, maybe you like trees, maybe you like maple things, maybe you like maple syrup, maybe you like everything to do with the Maple Leafs. Well, then you probably like this guy, Austin Matthews. He's in an iceberg. Isn't that a pretty cool hockey trading card? I think so. That is so cool. Ice Crystal. So you got him. Where's he? I don't know. Where is he? Where's Austin Matthews? Where's Austin Statues? I don't know because he ain't scoring. He ain't doing anything right now. Not playing defense, not playing offense. So what is he doing? 69 goals? He scores 69 goals, and where are you going? Whoa. We got a foul. Shout out to Gundam. Novalands. Thank you for showing up. I'll take a sip to that. Thank you for putting the icing on the cake. Yeah, I just thought of that right now. Just thought of that not right now. We caking. As you can tell, I'm so happy to be live. This is my natural environment. Oh, Mitchell Marner. Has anyone seen Mitch Marner? And if you're asking like, hey, hey, if we caking, not so many shiny Leafs and not too many shiny Bruins. Well, you see, these cost money, and money doesn't grow on trees. Oh my gosh, shoot me now. But honestly, okay, let's talk about it. Third period, right? It's a 4-0 game already. Who do you think scores in the Maple Leafs? If you were to tell me if Ryan Reeves right now with 10 minutes to go would have a point in the Stanley Cup playoffs, I don't know. I'd probably tell you that you'd be high. And if it's 420, it makes sense, man. Oh, and Johnny Tavares. So we're going to put the Maple Leafs to the side because you know that we got the Maple Leafs squadron. We know that they're here. We know that they're posted. We know that we're ready to talk about hockey today. Gotta kind of just like drive these guys around. Park it over there, Statues. Park it over there, Tavares. Dude, I got like the big four for the Maple Leafs on like shiny cards too. So I got Willie. Created a domino effect. Maybe I gotta get better easels or something. These easels aren't too sturdy, I would say. Things be knocking over. As you can see, I've knocked things over like 4 times and I've been live for like, I don't know, 10 minutes. All right, so let's talk about these Boston Bruins to start out with. So opening the score tonight for the Boston Bruins. Shout out to the viewers that are joining. If you're at home, if you're on your phone and you're tuning in, I appreciate you. You always got that follow button. You always got that subscribe button if you want to show a little love. You want to show a little appreciation. And if you're a fan of hockey, it's there. It's available. Well, let's get back into the hockey. So, scoring first for tonight. Some guy named Beecher. I've never heard of this Beecher guy. Have you heard of this Beecher guy? Comment down below if you've heard of this Beecher guy. Boquist and Pat Maroon. This absolute playoff juggernaut. Pat Maroon. 3 cups in a row. 2 different teams. This guy made it to 4 cups in a row. Lost the 4th one, but when you got 3 rings on your finger, I mean, that hand's going to get a little heavy, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of carrot. That's a lot of veggies on the hand. That's a lot of bling on the hand, but nonetheless. Then you go to the second period, right? Second period. Carlo with an assist from Jake DeBrusk and Hampus Lindholm. So I'm getting everybody caught up on the game right now. It was a beautiful goal. Even strength goal. Caught him. Got the goal. Cash in, get out. That's what the Boston Bruins goal is for tonight. Third goal. Jake DeBrusk with an assist from McAvoy and Marchand. So, of course, Marchand is now the captain of the Boston Bruins. McAvoy, just a stud. I call him McAvoy because I know he of course, and people are like, oh, he's done that good. Honestly, tell me another defenseman for the Boston Bruins that has like had like ridiculous potential. McAvoy's kind of been that guy for me. McAvoy's kind of been that player, in my opinion, that's really had the potential. That's had the potential not only to like go far, but he offers so much to the squad. I'm always so impressed at his level of compete. Always so impressed. And that third goal is a power play goal. Then we go into the fourth goal. Jake DeBrusk's second goal. Second goal. With assists from Marchand and McAvoy again. So Marchand, McAvoy, DeBrusk combo, actually insane right now. Actually popping off right now. Now, who else do you think? Who do you think would be keeping the Boston Bruins in the game right now? Who do you think? Is it their players that are scoring? Or is it their goalie, Jeremy Swayman? I got to be grabbing these things from the rear, but I got a weird angle. Jeremy Swayman, the goalie for the Boston Bruins, holding it down, holding down the fort, setting up the camp, checking all the angles. He is absolutely doing fantastic right now in relation to making sure that these Boston Bruins put the Maple Leafs in their place, honestly, and that's all they want to do. That is all the Maple Leafs want to do. The Maple Leafs or the Boston Bruins, are trying to put the Maple Leafs in their place. They're trying to say, hey, we own your team. We're better than you. We always will be. And anytime that you have to play us in the Stanley Cup playoffs, just expect to lose. That's legitimately all they're saying. They're telling you, we expect you to lose. We expect you to have no consistency. We're going to smother you. We're going to out-talent you. We're going to expose your defensive core. We're going to just expose your goaltending. We're going to remind you why we can perform and why you can't perform. So that's essentially what we're talking about right now. If you're just joining us, we are talking about the Boston Bruins' absolute domination in this hockey game right now. It is the first game, 4-1 right now. And the Boston Bruins are not only making the Maple Leafs pay right now, but they are just outskilling them. Now, the biggest thing about the Toronto Maple Leafs, now if you're kind of newer to hockey or if you don't necessarily pay attention to all the contracts, you would understand or notice that the Toronto Maple Leafs are super top heavy. $40 million in cap hit, all going towards a few players. And it always is going to turn to dominoes when I hit stuff. And guess what? I'm klutz. So it's going to happen a lot. I'm going to hit stuff on accident, not trying to. And I'm going to say in the chat, hello, viewers. Oh, hello, viewers. Nope. Man, this phone, it's so old, it just can't do it. Viewers. Yeah! You see that comment? I want to see you down below. Yeah, we caking. I'm here tonight. So, Boston Bruins, just showing everybody right now how to start off a Stanley Cup playoffs game. And how do you do that? By scoring goals and having fantastic, unstoppable defense right now. That's exactly what they're doing. And it's honestly, it's beautiful. It's just fantastic to watch. I'm having a great time. I mean, I'm not even a fan of either team. I don't care about the Maple Leafs. I don't really care about the Bruins. But what I do care about is a good hockey game. And right now, the Boston Bruins are reminding us why they're in the playoffs all the time. They're reminding us why they're consistent. They are reminding us why they're a team that you always have to consider. And it's so crazy to me that these original 6 teams, I mean, they've been around for 100 years for the most part, it feels like. So you really got to think about it like that, right? Hopefully you figure out how to run a hockey club by then. in regards to prospects, in regard to making sure that your players are healthy, in regards to understanding how the playoffs work. You've been here a lot. And especially if you're a Boston Bruin, what do you want, Twitch? Especially if you're a Boston Bruin, you know what's going on. And the Maple Leafs are in the same seat, right? However, the Maple Leafs haven't won in like 50, 60 years. Bruins won in like 2011, 2012. Bruins went to the Cup in 2019 and lost to the St. Louis Blues. So this Bruins core is proven to perform. They can get there. And I believe I want to say they lost another Stanley Cup final in like 2014 or something, but don't quote me on it. It's what I think. It's what I believe. Now, if you've just got here, we got to acknowledge the Coyotes jersey. We got to acknowledge the Coyotes. Now, oh, who's in the chat now? Who's in the chat now? Yo, shout out to JP, JLP. I just learned, you know what I want to learn? I mean, we're just talking about hockey stuff as well. That's all I got to say right now. We're just talking about hockey stuff as well. Shout out to those comments, Jesse. Appreciate you popping in. Appreciate you showing me a little bit of love on your day off, on your evening. We got these fantastic looking cards. Now I gotta show y'all what this card actually looks like without the sleeve on, because this has a gorgeous little sparkle to it. Come on, camera, you want to focus? Oh, it's a dazzler for sure, right? Absolutely stunning, gorgeous looking card. Now, what's really funny though, when we're looking at stuff as well, that has me rolling right now. That has me rolling right now. Dang, he got me completely. I just got completely just like T-boned. That's how T-boned right now. That's how it feels. Came out of absolutely nowhere. So it's really funny because my Boston Bruins collection is really short, but it's so condensed into these like core players. Now think about this though. Look at what we got for the Boston Bruins. I know we got 4 minutes to go. Toronto's on a power play right now. Got a minute left to go on it. So think about this Boston Bruins right now. Jeremy Swayman, a fantastic goalkeeper. Can keep anything out of the net pretty much. Absolutely reliable. You know he's going to perform. Charlie McAvoy, a defender. So 2 different positions I've already gone over, right? Goalie, defender. Top 10 defender, probably top 5 defender in the entire league. No joke. Charlie McAvoy pops off. He gets crazy assists. Toronto just pulled their goalie. Are we going to get a 5-1 hockey game? I bet it's coming. There's no way the Maple Leafs score another goal. The Bruins are going to score pretty soon. We gotta focus a little bit on this game right now. So if you're tuned in live to the hockey game right now, we got 3 minutes to go in the third. Maple Leafs are going to try to break into the Bruins zone. Matthews barely gets it. He's going to shoot it behind the net. Who we got picking it up? We got is that Liljegren at the point? He's got to think about what to do with it. He's going to send it on over. He's skating. He sent it back to the point. A shot. Battle in front of the net. Battle in front of the net. The Bruins attempt to clear. The Bruins do clear. It's going on the ice. Full strength. Is there going to be icing? No icing. The Bruins are battling for it at the end of the net. End of the rink. Not end of the net. But they're gonna hold off because they know that they got the pressure right now. They ultimately can control this game right now. But wow. Crazy. The net is still pulled for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's in the Boston Bruins zone. They're trying to battle it out. They don't care about scoring this 5th goal. They don't really care about just shoving this game down the Maple Leafs' throat right now. They just want to focus on making, they're going to go for it. They score! The Bruins score! Number 11, Frederick. We're going to blow the horn. Now, if you're new to the channel, which you probably all are, we got the beer horn. You're probably talking like, what's a beer horn? What's a beer horn? Well, first, I'm going to take a chug. Then we horning. Oh, that was a weak horn. We gotta try that again. That's the hockey horn. The further I go in this drink, the further I go in this. You know what? We're gonna take another sip. 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 We're gonna And if you're not killing a beer right now at home, you might be underage. If you're not underage, it might not be bad to have a beer. Bruins score a goal. That's pretty much going to end the game. 5-1 hockey game. 5-1 hockey game. Every time the Boston Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leafs meet right now in the playoffs, the Bruins absolutely embarrass them. Absolutely embarrass them. It's almost like there's no chance. It's almost like there's no chance, and it's actually pretty entertaining. It's actually pretty entertaining because they try so hard. They try so hard, and you gotta give them. I give them like a C+ for effort. Like they're absolutely trying. However, they can't put it away. The team is so top heavy that they can't perform. A minute 18 left to go in the hockey game. Let's kind of focus back on to what I was talking about these players. So, goalie defender, Brad Marchand, captain, the Rat. The Rat. He likes licking people on the face. And he kind of just does a lot of... He's kind of just a hockey player that's real... Like, actually has no standards and will do anything he can to get under the other player's skin. To get under that enemy team's skin and to distract them. Yeah, that's why we're killing a Weir right now. We got a Weir. We got a beer. And we got a Celsius. I got everything but water. Everything but what is necessary to survive in life. Some people might say you might... Oh, absolutely. Oh, and we got the wild water bottle. The wild boo-boo. Absolutely, Jesse. The Maple Leafs pretty much got kicked in the nuts, and then they've just been like, sack for like a solid 30 minutes, bro. They got crushed, and they're kind of just getting put in their place. They're getting reminded why they can't perform, and they're getting reminded that they're honestly just not going anywhere in these playoffs. Now, if you haven't done a bracket, of course there's still time. There's still time to do an NHL 2023-2024 Stanley Cup playoffs bracket. It's only day one, right? Only 2 games out of, 8 games? 16? 8 games, 16 teams? 8 games. You still got to participate. I want to see your first round predictions down below. If you're in the chat, you're hollering, you want to have a good time, hollering. You want to have a good time, get down in the chat. Let's have a talk. Now, 94th, the Bruins takes a blocked shot with 1.5 seconds to go. That looked like that hurt really bad, but that is the dedication. Think about that. You have a team completely buying into a system. There's 1.5 seconds left. Even if the team just gave this guy a wide open shot, this guy's like, you know what? I'm not letting anything happen. I'm blocking this shot. I'm showing my team that we're going to do everything that we possibly can to win right now. Now, Jesse, in the comments below, talk to me about these Wolves. Are they howling? Are they howling like the Coyotes? Who would win in a death battle, a Coyote or a Timberwolf? I do not know. Maybe we got to get the Sports Team Discovery Channel Combat. Oh, man. That would be crazy. Like a Cardinal and a Blue Jay going at it for like, oh, man. Like a Panther and a Coyote going, oh, man. Oh, that would be crazy. That would actually be... A Penguin and a Duck? Oh, man. Oh, that'd be cool. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Goalie hug. If you a Boston Bruins fan, you know you wait every game for that goalie hug. But I'm a recenter again. I'm a little too caking for this hockey tonight. I'm a little too hyped for this hockey tonight. So like I said, Brad Marchand. He's just this player that gets under everybody's skin. He's got tremendous balance and grit. He gets the job done. Marchand is pretty much a Kachuk that licks people and just like, he's just sus. There's no other way of saying it. He gets the job done, but he's proud of being sus about it during it. So, you know, it's kind of just like stuff as well. Now, you go over here, David Pastrnak. David Pastrnak puts up goals, puts up points, and he's going to remind you that he's a 40-goal scorer like almost every season. He's going to remind you why he's in the top 10 discuss. Ooh, a little beer bubble. top 4 discussion, or it's top 10 discussion for offensemen almost every. He's ridiculously consistent. Any team would want him. Teams would trade almost anything for a player like Pastrnak. Now, we got 2 forwards, right? Forward here. Defense, goalie. Keep that in mind. Now we're going to send these guys to the back. Pastrnak, Marchand, McAvoy, and Swayman. Send these guys to the back. Now, let's get the losers. If you're a loser, get to the front. If you're a loser, get to the front. Hey, losers. Get to the front. Hey, guys, I'm Mitch Marner. I don't show up for the playoffs. Hey, guys, John DeVars. I don't know why I got this voice, but I don't show up for the playoffs. Hey guys, it's Austin Statues. I don't show up for the playoffs. Everyone's just getting an accent. We need the Ash. I can't get in the camera. And I don't show up for the playoffs. Dude, you got me rolling every time you drop that on me. But, I mean, first of all, we got to acknowledge these cards, though. These cards be popping. These cards are hot. Who wouldn't want to have some absolutely beautiful, fantastic, flawless hockey cards? And they're all a different style. So that's pretty cool. All right, refocus. Now, we just went over the Boston Bruins roster, or at least some of their top 4 core, some of their top 4 performers, right? Maybe not core, maybe just great performers. Because I don't know if they consider Swayman a core player. And I wouldn't want to say something that's incorrect. Because that could be misinformation. But let's refocus. But let's think about it. Mitch Marner, forward. John Tavares, captain of the team, and the forward. Austin Statues. Shout out to my brother. He made that nickname for him, and I haven't switched since. Forward. And he's also a forward. And, I can pin messages. That's cool. Dude, can I pay attention, or am I too hyped up on this holiday? I mean, some people, mellow out on this holiday. Oh, I'm pouring up that weir. I'm pouring up the weir tonight. Yeah. Dude, she came today, and Jalandhar had to work with her, and Jalandhar just went, oh my God, and walked away. Classic Jalandhar. All right, I'm refocusing. So, 4 forwards, right? They all make $8 million plus. Now, 8 times 4, what is that? 32? Some of them make more than that. So that's just a rough estimate. All right. So 32, cap hits $82 million. Somehow they make up $40 million. $40 million. 4 players. 4 forwards. Now think about the Bruins, right? The different players that I showed in the Boston Bruins, we had 2 in the same position being a forward, 1 defenseman, but 1 goalie. Remember how important I said goalie. And the other team, I bet she would want me to pay attention. I mean, I also don't want to drive with a broken rearview mirror, but somehow someone does that. If you listen, you can hear knives being sharpened in the background. I'm just doing insider stuff right now. So if you're new to the stream, you might not get it. But if you reel in the squad, you definitely gonna get that. I'd be seeing hearts be popping off like crazy. That's lit. That's absolutely super fly. That's so lit. But think about it though. The Toronto Maple Leafs, and it's honestly what people are going to consistently say, and you're going to hear that all the time. And the thing is, they just tripled down on this team with the last contract. I think it was Willie Nylander just got a huge contract. And now the team is so committed to this core right now. Dude, these hearts are popping off. Someone's just lighting me up. If you light me up with these hearts, I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. Man, I'm trying to pay attention right now. You don't even know penguins are the same as pigs. Oh, oh man. Have you ever had a cocaine brownie before? Man, we are just dropping insider stuff right now. That's funny as heck. But think about it though, like if you're the Toronto Maple Leafs, you've committed so much to this high offensive core. Now let me remind you. So the game ended 5 Bruins, 1 Maple Leafs. $40 million right in front of you between 4 players, right? It's David Kampf, Connor Dewar, who they got from the Minnesota Wild. Minnesota Wild. Come work with me. Yeah. Come work with me. Minnesota Wild. And Ryan Reeves. I don't know how much Kampf gets paid, but that's almost, if I'm guessing, that's less than a $5 million line. And they scored the only goal and got the only 2 assists. We're looking up Kampf right now. David Kampf. What is this? We're going to Cat Friendly. Shout out to Cat Friendly. Nope, I typed in Capygrass syndrome. What the heck is that? Thanks, autopopulate. All right, Cat Friendly. We are searching David Kampf. Come on, phone. You gotta be like this, man. Cat Friendly. I totally should have this bookmarked. Ugh. I'm just honestly so excited right now. Can I sort by teams? Let's see, teams. Oh, ads. I like ads. Give me all the ads. Teams. Where's that T section? Toronto Maple Leafs. All right, here. Where is he? Ads. Ads everywhere. Where are you? Where are you? Mr. Kampf. Why are you so hard to find? Mitch Marner. William David Kampf. Oh, here we go. Cap hit $2.4 million. This is the $5 million line. The $5 million line got the only goal and 2 assists of the game. $5 million. Hey, did you know that driving is great for hand-eye coordination? Anyways, dude, I'm just dropping. I gotta stop dropping like random work stuff because no one's gonna get it, and they're gonna be sussed out. They're gonna be real sussed out. Now, think about this though. And I gotta remind you though, hitting that subscribe button, it's a free thing to do. Like if you're like having a good time, you're like, you know what? I could watch this again. Just a friendly reminder. I like reminding people, but in a friendly way. So I'm just speaking so fast because I'm gonna take a sidetrack right now. So I started this channel on YouTube like 5-6 years ago. Never like had the opportunity to have like a setup. I have lights, I got cameras, I got tripods, I got everything. I got a powerful laptop, got hockey cards. Thanks, pal. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate you showing your appreciation, showing your time, giving me your evening a little bit. Have a great shift tomorrow. And I will be streaming tomorrow too. So I will definitely let you know if you want to catch it. Feel free to tune in. Appreciate you stopping in tonight, Jesse. Now, like a little sidetrack, like I was saying. So I started this channel about 6 years ago, and I didn't have any of this equipment, any of the software. It took me a long time, a lot of ups and downs, but I'm back to where I belong. I'm back to what makes me happy, and I'm really happy that everyone tonight is tuning in tonight, is giving me their time. That's super awesome. I'm really appreciative to everyone that's tuning in right now. So I just gotta say that. And coming back and talking hockey is like one of my favorite things to do. So I had to make a little sidetrack about that. Now let's fast forward to what I'm talking about. When you have a line worth $5 million scoring your only goals. Like that has to be ridiculously embarrassing. And when I mean ridiculously embarrassing, I mean ridiculously embarrassing. What do you do when you're not getting production from $40 million? I mean, I did kill like a huge Chipotle bowl too. No, I'm talking. And so like Chipotle bowl, what a perfect day for a Chipotle bowl. Nonetheless. So you're paying these players so much money and they're just not producing. How would you feel if you're a fan of this team? I bet you. New subscriber! Thank you for putting the icing on the cake. I gotta tune that horn. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that support. That's lit. Oh, we in this thing tonight, everybody. We in this thing tonight. We are talking hockey. I bet that these players make up for in the fans section, in the stands. Now, of course, this is an away game. It's at Bruins right now. You go back to Toronto, 50% of jerseys are going to be these four players, without a doubt. Without a doubt, these four players, 50% of the jerseys. Now, of those 50% of people, there's probably an extra 25%. So probably 75% of people there really like these four players, believe it or not. I'd say almost 99% like this guy. What do you do how do you feel when they're not performing? I have to know. Because it's so ridiculous. Like, honestly, that is absolutely ridiculous that these players are just so incapable of performing right now. I think the biggest flaw was signing these players. You had to go with the defenseman. Jacob Chikrin was an option. Could be an option. I mean, what if... Oh, man. Because it would have to be Marner or it would have to be Nylander. What if Pittsburgh trades Erik Karlsson to the Maple Leafs for one of those guys? Think about it. The Pittsburgh Penguins dump a Norris-winning defenseman. He won it 2 years ago with the San Jose Sharks. So the San Jose... I gotta talk slower because I'd be slipping right now. I'll take a little Wawa. I'm just way too amped up tonight. Erik Karlsson won the Norris Trophy, which essentially is the trophy that the defenseman with the highest production gets, or the most valuable defenseman gets. He won that with the Sharks. They were awful. Bottom 5 team, and he won it. Penguins acquire him. He's going to fix all their defensive problems. He's going to help Malkin get faster. He's going to help find another line mate for Crosby so that they can actually be terrifying. Like, Crosby's terrifying, but it's always like it was Crosby, Gensel, and then they've tried Rust. It just doesn't always gel. It just doesn't. I think they need 2 playmakers on the team. I honestly think Jonathan Huberdeau would be a great fit for the Penguins. I think that would be a stellar player. Thing about that, though, Penguins trade Erik Karlsson, get Nylander, get Marner, get a young, speedy player that can finish and can play make. Maple Leafs solve their defensive problem. Penguins possibly get one last run, because we've been saying that for like 3 years. Oh, this is Crosby's last run. He's going to be like 37 next year. Now, he doesn't mean he can't stop competing It never means he won't be skating, but it definitely could mean that his decline could be more sudden. He could be more fragile. Crosby already has a huge history of injuries. Huge history of injuries. So you gotta really think about that. You gotta really think about the Penguins and their future. But that's just, I went down that little rabbit hole because when you think about the Toronto Maple Leafs, now call me a doomsday guy, or maybe I'm just not a Maple Leafs fan. But honestly, think about it. Think about it over here. They've tried this for like 3 or 4 years, and last year they cheesed really hard in Game 7 or Game 6, scored like 3 goals in the last 3, pushed it to overtime and won. The Toronto Maple Leafs, I don't want to say they beat an overly cocky Tampa Bay Lightning, but they definitely got some puck luck. That's all I'm going to say. They got puck luck. Did not deserve to win that series. I'll stand by that. I'm not a Maple Leafs hater. I'm a Maple Leafs realist, and I'm telling you the things that you already know. Just the things that you might not like being said out loud. So the Maple Leafs, not a great performance. Obviously, you get crushed in a Stanley Cup playoffs game. That's a crushing game. 5-1 when it started off 4-0. 4-0 in a playoff game. You gotta be on something else to really come back from something like that. That is a huge goal deficit. Now, the other thing, the Maple Leafs don't necessarily have a bad goalie, but they kind of have I would say less experienced goalie. Now, there are benefits to it and not benefits. And you're like, what do you mean there's benefits to getting scored on? He's getting put in a lot of situations. He's getting played a lot, so he's getting a lot of it. Dominoes. He's getting a lot of experience. I'm going to be doing that a lot. He's got a lot of experience, okay? And I feel like when you look at Swayman over here, he's just got a more reliable defensive core. So we're going to take out our Maple Leafs, so I'm just going to set these guys down. Gotta get our Swagman. Oh, I think I just gave him a new name, everybody. Jeremy Swagman. Got a Broom Pasternak almost front and center. All right. So, okay. When we talk about the Boston Bruins, they're actually just built in a way to where they have an extremely powerful offense, an extremely reliable defense, but they don't just have one, but 2 reliable goalies. And when you talk about reliable goalies, are you just talking now? Like I'm going to deep dive into this question. When you're talking about reliable goalies, are you talking about, are they good with a good defensive core in front of them, not in them? Do they have a good defensive core in front of them? Is that goalie good on one-on-one situations, like if they get a breakaway or if there's a shootout at the end of a hockey game? Does he excel in that? Is he big enough so that he can block a lot of those shots with minimum effort? Or is the goalie just an all-star? Does this goalie accelerate in any situation? His push-offs are clean. He's got a fantastic glove. He's blocking everything like he's Wonder Woman. Now I look like a TikToker. I gotta take another sip to that. But you gotta think about it like that, right? You got this goalie that's just absolutely doing everything. And you got 2 that can do that when you're a Boston Bruin. With the Boston Bruins. Allmark, Swagman. Fantastic. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely fantastic. So think about that. There's kind of like three different types of goalies. And I think the Bruins, or excuse me, when we're talking about the Maple Leafs for like Wall, you get put in a lot more situations because your defensive core isn't as talented. But what if you're a goalie that needs your defensive core, or maybe you try to rely on an unreliable defensive core? That's another X factor. What if that core isn't as oh my gosh, that save is amazing by Frederick. They're showing the highlights right now, and I can't believe he blocked that with his hand on his back. That was impressive. Wow, lock back in. Lock back in, we caking. Lock back in, we caking. Okay, but like think about that though. If you're a goalie and you have a weaker defensive core, you're probably you're going to get exposed, which means you're going to get a lot more shots on net. You have a lot more chances to block and save, but you have a lot more chances to unfortunately get scored on if you're a goalie. So for the Toronto Maple Leafs though, for a young goalie, that's good to get exposed to a lot of situations so that you can grow and you can get better and you can honestly learn how to play the game. But there can be growing pains, and there can also be a lack of consistency as well. So that's something that you have to consider. It's something that you really need to think about when you're talking about a younger goalie or maybe a goalie that's less seasoned participating and competing in the Stanley Cup playoffs. That's a very interesting situation for that. Now, my prediction. So we're gonna put the cards down for tonight. The game is over. We'll go over tomorrow's schedule. Let me go over my Stanley Cup brackets. Man, these lights are so bright on me. Oh man, you're not used to these bright lights, so I got these. I gotta make sure that I stay fully ready. Ah. I'm surprised my forehead isn't sweating because my armpits are on fire right now because these lights are so bright. All right. I'm not used to being in the limelight. Go ahead. Go ahead. So I gotta get out my bracket. We kiking. It's my bracket. If you're just joining, thanks for tuning on in today. Appreciate you stopping by. I actually super duper am happy you stopped by. Look at my blurry camera and its inability to focus. No, my card cam. Card cam. That's a cool name for it. All right, so we're going to start with what we got over here. Golden Knights and Stars. I'm going to say Golden Knights in 7. I think the Golden Knights are Pete DeBoer's kryptonite. And I don't kind of like why they kind of didn't do too well under him. They did mid under him. I think the Golden Knights eat Pete DeBoer alive. And I think the Golden Knights also really have a thing to beat the Stars. No, I know the Stars are absolute powerhouse. They're quick, they score, and they're deep. They have so many players that are talented. They're firing on all 4 lines. It's truly impressive. But I think the Golden Knights are going to take it to 7. The LTIR trick worked again. And some people are going to complain about it, and some people are just they're going to get over it. They're going to get over the fact that, and as long as it's a rule now, it's going to be exploited every season. Obviously, and I'm kind of all for it. I want to see super teams do it. Okay, I'm gonna completely get sidetracked. I want to see super teams. I want to see teams that are like $30 million over the cap. I'm not even kidding. I want to see that because I want to see what would just be a crazy team. Yeah, McDavid to the Golden Knights. Send Connor McDavid to the Golden Knights for like Marchessault. That team would be on crack. That team would be absolute insanity. I think that that would be something fairly unique that the Golden Knights could do, or that's something that could happen in the future. But I like think about it though. Think about a super team, $30 million over the cap. Think what other team could you think about? Like, think about if the Toronto Maple Leafs. Think about like Erik Karlsson gets injured on the Penguins. They pick him up. Maybe Seth Jones from the Blackhawks. I mean, maybe they just honestly look at these, get all these defensemen that are just shown to be proficient and talented, and they just load up on these talented defensemen and are just like I tell me you wouldn't want to see super teams. And I know for some teams that are just like, well, we feel like we with ethics, and other teams like, yeah, but we're not, and we're gonna beat you because it's within the rules, and you just kind of have to move on forward from that. So I kind of want that rule to keep going. I'd like to see it go honestly to the end, till at least like 2031. Then the NHL can be like, all right, we're gonna patch this up because if they do let it still be a thing, there absolutely will be a time when teams go 30 million over the cap. All right, speaking about Minnesota Wild, go ahead and just absolutely screw over that salary cap. It's definitely something that you could do. Bill Guerin, think about it. Think about it. Think about it. So I have Golden Knights in 7. Let's go Avalanche, Jets. Jets are absolutely boosting right now. They're flying high. No one can catch them. Hellebuck, Wonder Womaning everything right now. He's one of those goalies that's just going in God mode right now. And nothing can touch him. He's almost MC Hammer like. Like literally nothing can touch him. He is so consistent right now. Oh, is the TNT coverage over? I'm a little bummed about that. Anyways, but we're talking about Connor Hellebuck. He goes in Wonder Woman mode, boom, 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 just blocking everything. I don't know what's a good glove in that. I don't know. I gotta think of something. If you got like a good like glove pun, I'm all for it. No, because it's like, oh, I don't know what goes like that. I don't know. But if you got it, say in the comments below. I definitely like to read it. It'd probably be pretty funny. I'd probably laugh. All right, so I honestly think McKinnon and Makar can carry a team. I don't remember who's injured on the Avalanche. I think it's Drouin, but I also don't know if Drouin's an Oiler. So sorry, man. I know a lot about hockey, but maybe I don't know everything. Okay, I got phones in front of me. I could look it up, but we just be talking right now. So Avalanche, I think that I think that their players. See, okay, I think that the Avalanche players can push themselves higher and further than Jets players. I think Jets players just kind of get disheartened and just go like, what the F? And then that's kind of just it. But I think the Avalanche players, they get mean and they'll get mad, and then they're just absolutely going to just blitz and bully and score. That's my thoughts on the Avalanche. Knuckleheads, Predators. Knuckleheads in 6. I think the Predators will try. I think they'll put up a good fight. I think they'll pick up a couple wins, but ultimately the Canucks are going to put them in their place. Canucks in 6 for sure. Predators, they're flying high right now, so they're going to be coming into this matchup with unbelievable confidence that they're going to be coming into this match. And I'm excited to see that confidence. That's something I absolutely want to see, and I know that confidence is going to be a really exciting thing for that squad. Because going into a match with that amount of confidence when you are one of those teams that isn't looked at as like being high or like having deep talent, confidence is a huge thing, whatever. Huge thing, because when they're playing over their level, so think about if you have a player that's making $2 million. Say you have 5 players on your team. So maybe your 4th line, or no, your third, like probably your 4th or 3rd line, all right? They're all making about $2 million. So that's like 10 mil, right? But what if they're all performing like $6.5, $7 million players? huge difference, right? $10, $35-ish difference, $35 difference. Think about that. That's crazy. That's crazy when you really think about that, especially in cap-related restraints. The Predators have a lot, and I don't really think there's a lot of like surprises, but when you got that confidence can absolutely equate to being talented in different areas. Just got to think about that. Being talented in different areas if you're on the Predators. But the Canucks, they've waited to be here, and Rick Tocchet is a phenomenal coach. Really wish he never left the Coyotes. Really wish he never left the Penguins. This guy's brought success everywhere he's gone. You're like, oh, the Coyotes didn't win anything. They pretty much almost got in the playoffs and were biting at the ankles of a lot of teams. Some of their games went down, or some of their seasons went down to the very last game, the game of the season. They had to win, and that maybe needed another team or two to win or lose. Tocchet's a great coach. Canucks in 6. Oilers, Kings. McDavid you saw what happened this season. That team started off like second last in the entire league. And then they absolutely go God mode. They fire their coach, and then they tie the league's record for like most wins in a row. I think it was 16. They were one away from winning. Or beating that record. They lost, of course, and so they tied it, which is great, but you could see that Mick Jesus was just like, he was not having the fact that he lost. At all. He was very, very disappointed. I mean, no one's happy to lose, but when you're getting like that blown out, it's ridiculous. But McDavid put this team on his back. 100, I don't know if it was 100 point or 100 assists. I think he got 100 assist season. Shout out to the viewers that just joined. We're talking about the Oilers. So I'm showing off my bracket right here that I'm doing with my family and friends. Oilers in 6 against Kings. This is all of We Pagans predictions. Thank you for showing on up. If you're having a good time, you know what you can do to stay around. Saddest Oiler day of our lives. I don't know, man. I mean, honestly, I'm going to say Dubois. Sorry, I'm not good at French. Pierre-Luc Dubois. I think Dubois, everybody knows Dubois has been a problem. That's why he's been traded around and moved a lot. And surprise, surprise, the Jets are doing a lot better without him, and with the two players that are getting paid less and getting performed like a higher paid player, while Dubois is a higher paid player playing like a lower paid player. Say that 4 times fast. Paid player. Highest paid player. Anyways, all right, so Fiala's decent, but they're just, I don't see the consistency. I just don't. I don't see the consistency with the Kings. They got decent confidence. I'll definitely give them that. They got decent confidence. But I think the Oilers are in they want to rip the team in half. They want to just beat up every team. They want to shove goals down their throats. And I think Connor McDavid at this point is kind of willing to almost do anything he can to be successful. Not anything bad, just like competitive. Like, he's willing to play more defense, I think. I think he's willing to play a lot more reserved. And even though they're a team that wants to jam goals down their enemy's throat, I still know that defense is going to be super important for the game. Oilers in 6, though. Now let's go over to Panthers Lightning. I put Panthers in 5. I think the Panthers are going to dodge the Lightning. I think they're too agile right now. Their confidence is at an all-time high. And when we're talking about confidence in hockey, it's actually everything because the other team knows it. How do they know it? They've seen it in the standings. And you know, players be looking at Twitter. A lot of players be looking at a lot of the young. That is a great video idea. That's a great conversation topic because like there's a lot of older players like Crosby. Nope, no social media. I'm not gonna have my own page ran by somebody else. Not gonna do it. Don't care. Not important. Not interested. Won't do it. Won't do it. So he's not on social media, and he's not looking at all these opinions on hockey Twitter, or hockey Reddit, or hockey YouTube. He might hear them from other players, but or he might just be like, dude, guys, just don't show me that stuff. It's not that cool. I mean, I'm sure he sees memes in like the group chat, but I'm pretty sure it's just nothing that's too exciting. So I think that's a really interesting. Oh no, it froze again. I think that's a really interesting aspect of the league is that your confidence when it's at an all-time high, you can, like I said earlier, you can be playing like a higher paid player. So that I think the Cats are going to do that. Now, Kucherov, 100-point season, right? Or 100 assist season. Him and McDavid did it. So they joined, what is it, Lemieux, or I want to say, and Gretzky, duh. Lemieux, I always see him in a specific order. I think I always see it in Gretzky, Lemieux, or. Now you got Kucherov and McJesus added to that list. Pretty complete list. I mean, fantastic to see list. I'm pretty excited for that list. But their confidence was so much different in the season. They were scoring, but Vasilevsky, when you lose a Stanley Cup final, especially after how consistent they were against the Avalanche, and then choking against the Leafs last year, I think that that's really going to put the team back. You look at a player like Steven Stamkos, captain of the team, first overall pick, contract talks, as in like not re-signing him kind of for the most part, is what was being said around the NHL. How does that affect you if you're a captain of a team and people just keep talking about, he's going to get traded, he's going to get traded, he's going to go somewhere? Like, I'm not going to feel too confident. And sometimes you might interpret things maybe more than you should have because maybe you're a little more sensitive. Maybe you're a little bit more sensitive. So I think the Panthers, I think they're at an all-time high. They have players that are playing ridiculous. I can definitely see the Panthers taking it by 5. I think Bobrovsky, he finds some of Michael Jordan's secret stuff. He gets some of that Michael Jordan secret stuff. Shout out Space Jam. What a great movie, Space Jam. And he's absolutely going to go off in the playoffs. He always does. Bobrovsky goes like, oh, it's time to try. That's I got a great goalie impersonation. If you like that goalie impersonation was definitely work and worth a subscription. Definitely worth a subscription or a follow. Just saying, man. Just saying. Pretty funny. Okay, refocus. Bobrovsky goes insane in the playoffs. He absolutely goes insane. Hydration. He goes off in the playoffs. Vasilevsky does too, but looking at his season, he had an injury. I don't think he's at where he's supposed to be, and it's shown. It's definitely shown. It's definitely pretty sad. I'd definitely like to see him compete a lot better than what they are, but they're just not doing it right now. Bruins and Maple Leafs. I put Bruins in 7. Now, of course, tonight we saw an absolute trouncing of the Maple Leafs. 5-1. The players that scored on the Maple Leafs, that was a goal with 2 assists. Those 3 players make less than $5 million. We were talking about that earlier. You're a Maple Leafs player or Maple Leafs fan. I would not be feeling too good about that. Now, why did I put 7 for Bruins and 7? I put Bruins in 7 exclusively because I thought it was time for all these fireworks in the background to start popping up. Willie Nylander. I thought Austin Matthews' 69 goal season was absolutely just going to fly down the ice. Completely smothered. Completely smothered. Completely embarrassed tonight. Possibly exposed. For a team that just quadrupled down on this offensive core. There's no reason that you're not nervous. The second game is definitely going to be a really important game. You go down 0-2 in this series, I think you're done. I really think you're done if you're the Maple Leafs. Now, I thought that they were really going to show up. They haven't shown up. First game, yeah, whatever. But it's just the first game, and I think it's exclusively because of that. Lips be chapping up too. I think it's because that it's so young in the series. The Bruins, I just feel like, are more experienced. But I think that the Toronto Maple Leafs players have a higher ceiling because they can score more. Now, scoring wins in the playoffs, duh. But defense also wins in the playoffs. Maybe even more than the scoring. Because in the playoffs, teams and players play a lot more conserved and protected. They don't necessarily explode. They don't take a lot of risks. There's a lot of puck dumping. If you're up 3-0, 3-1, you're gonna see a lot of puck dumping just to mute and kill that clock. You don't want to give that team any amount of chance. You're gonna try to just mill that clock. You're gonna chop time off that clock, and you're just gonna lock in and take care of business. If you're just stopping in right now, we're gonna take a moment, acknowledge the Coyotes. We'll miss you, Coyotes. If you just tuning in, we're gonna miss them Yotes. Arr, yeah, I howled. I'm gonna miss those Yotes. A lot of fans gonna miss those Yotes. Another topic for another video, another stream. But I'm doing my bracket right now. We're talking about Bruins Leafs. I put Bruins in 7. I think the Bruins experience is going to get them there. I think Toronto has a lot more young legs that are going to be able to help them out and allow them to maneuver around their opponents. But I do not think that they're going to be... I don't think the Maple Leafs are going to do anything. I think they're going to fight back. But I think ultimately the Bruins are going to be like, you know what? There's a reason why we crushed you that first game. And they're going to finish it. Bruins in 7. Rangers Capitals, my only sweep in my entire bracket. Rangers President's Trophy winner, which is, I think that's the trophy for like the best team, the most wins, first place essentially in the league. Rangers are deep. They have god tier goalies. There's nothing left to say. They fill every position. And then you go to the Capitals and you've got Old Vetchkin over there. I'm surprised that one hasn't started. Old Vetchkin over there. Old Vetchkin, man. Oh, man. Like, barely scored at all in the first half. And scores like 25 goals in the last half. We know that Ovechkin can do that. Absolutely knew why Ovechkin can do that. He just needs to go on the power play and sit in one spot. And he'll slap that puck. And it's going in. Now, Rangers, Capitals. It's got to be Rangers. The Capitals, they're old. They're injury prone. They're not going to be able to keep pace. They made it in. Just barely. Just barely. They're not going to survive. 0% chance they survive. Hurricanes, Islanders, two defensive squads that have really interesting abilities to score. Islanders is more of a smother team, in my opinion, where Carolina, Hurricanes, way more capable of way more dangerous things. I think that their scoring potential is insane. But I also like what I also like about the Hurricanes, besides that scoring potential, insane defense. Absolutely insane defense if you are a part of the Hurricanes. So I think that the ability for the Hurricanes to convert on the rush, I think, is going to be huge, and I think their power play is going to pick them apart. I think and people might be like, well, what about statistics? I'm like, well, from what I've seen, and for the way, the vibe, the energy, man, the vibe, man, essentially the way that I feel about this game, absolutely the Hurricanes are going to just try really hard. I think Islanders are going to smother them. I think the Islanders are going to get exposed. I think they'll go down 0-2, and then they're going to show up, and then they're going to remind the other team that they're a competitive team, and I think the Islanders have better goaltending. I think that there's a higher ceiling for goaltending. Now, tonight, the Islanders, or it was actually this afternoon, it was the first game. The Islanders and Hurricanes did play. Hurricanes won it 3-1. We'll dissect that game a little bit. Now, the thing about the Hurricanes game, listen to this. First goal of Evgeny Kuznetsov, a former Capital. Likes his Coke. Let's be honest. Don't ask your parents what that is, kids. Assisted by Marty Nakis and Brandon Skagey. Ah, man. How do you pronounce it? How do you pronounce it? It's not pronounced at all. Skagey? Oh, man, I'm embarrassing myself on a global stream. Oh, I cannot remember. I only forgot. Can't figure out how to pronounce his name at all. They score a minute and 35 seconds into the game, so they're already setting the expectations. They're already setting the tone for that. Then Kay McLean, I don't know his name, with an assist from Anders Lee and Romanov. So the Islanders get on the board. It's going to end 1-1 in the first period. Then let's fast forward to the third period. Nosen scores 3 minutes into the period. Almost 4. We'll round it up because it was 3:44. We'll round it up to 4 minutes in the period. Assist from Skagey and Kuznetsov. So not a bad line. Everybody just racking up some points on that. Pretty impressive. Now, Negus, Pesky, and Dury. So Negus got the goal with an assist from Negus or Pesky and Dury. Empty net goal. So it was a 2-1 game. Very close, very grindy. Exactly what I said it was going to be. That's how the Islanders are going to play. That's how the Hurricanes can play. So the Hurricanes can not only convert and have a deadly power play, but they can also smother you because they got fantastic defense too. They both have great D-cores. I'm impressed by both D-cores. Now, not necessarily going to go over all the stats from this game, but I think that the Islanders can definitely bring this back. Islanders in 7. Now, I put the Golden Knights. Now, of the Avalanche and the Golden Knights playing, I think that being as high over the cap as the Golden Knights are is close to being unstoppable. What I do think will stop them, I have a feeling Stone will get injured. I think Stone is going to get injured and is going to be out for the rest of the playoffs. If they do get to the finals, I think he'll make like a Game 5 or Game 6 appearance. Or at least try. Golden Knights is just ridiculously deep. They're so high over the cap right now. That's a team that absolutely can swag, that absolutely can score. So Golden Knights absolutely can do it. I forgot to send. I don't even think I sent my stream to my car. I should do that. Here we go. All right, locked back in, locked back in. I had to share my stream to my pals. All right, had to do it, had to do it, because I'm faking. You know what I'm saying? Having a great time. Yeah. All right, all right, all right. Lock back in, lock back in. Golden Knights Avalanche. I think the Golden Knights are going to be a lot more tired, which is what that's exactly what Nathan MacKinnon wants. He wants that enemy team to be tired. He wants to be able to explode past them. But I think the injuries on the Avalanche already, we're talking about a bracket right now. I honestly think that the Avalanche could bring it to 7, but the Golden Knights ultimately, they're just going to be too deep. They're just going to have too much talent, and they're going to be way too far over the salary cap. Got a little loud right there. Sorry if you're wearing headphones. Real sorry if you're wearing headphones. Really sorry if you're wearing headphones. The Golden Knights are going to take it. 7 games, Golden Knights. Knuckleheads? Oh. Knuckleheads versus the Nashville Predators. Canucks are on fire. I think that the Predators are going to show that they deserve to be in the playoffs. However, a Canucks team that is as consistent as they are right now has, the production that they have right now. They're ready. The Canucks are ready to make a deep run. I think this is the year that they make it, that they think that they can go far. Now that's going to get stopped real fast by the Oilers, because the Oilers are going to shred the Kings. Or excuse me, against the Oilers versus Canucks. I already went over the first round. So Oilers versus Canucks, man, I got sidetracked. Every time I see the Predators logo, I laugh. They're going to thrash them. They just want to rip teams in half. They're going to be skating fast and scoring goals. Skating fast, scoring goals. Yeah. I think that's what's going to happen. I think that the Oilers are going to be skating fast and scoring goals. Oilers in 5. I don't think that the Canucks are going to be able to keep up with the Oilers. They're going to be good. They're going to be talented. They're going to be deep. But I think that the Oilers have some veterans, and you have Hyman who's popping off. They have Skinner who's ready to pop off. Demko, I give Demko credit, but I don't think he's going to have this experience or this confidence to be able to perform at this level. I give him one more year. I give the Canucks one more year to be a truly, truly deadly threat. Fast forward over here. Panthers versus Rangers. Well, I think the Panthers are going to beat the Bruins in 5. I think the Panthers are flying so high right now that they're absolutely just going to be boosting so ridiculously fast right now that keeping up with them is going to be a joke. It's not going to happen. The Panthers are going to go so fast that the other team's not going to be able to keep up with them. They're going to be scoring goals left and right. Bobrovsky, I said, is going to be God mode. He's going to be unstoppable. Absolute slaughter by the Panthers. Rangers in 5 over the Islanders. Right now, the Rangers are definitely the more talented team. And they both have great goaltending. I will admit that. But I think Shesterkin is going to continue to remind people why he's so talented. Absolutely going to put other people in their place. Absolutely going to show them that they're a fantastic team. It's their year. Lafreniere, I think he's going to pop off too. And I think Matt Rempe is going to crush anybody that even looks at him funny. Rangers are not only going to be a team that's scary, but they're going to be able to entertain. Rangers in 5, they're going to crush the Islanders. All right. Now, between the Golden Knights and the Oilers, Golden Knights in 7. Don't get mad at me, but the Golden Knights own the Oilers. The Golden Knights are just going to embarrass the Oilers. Now it's going to be 7 games. Like, that's not embarrass them. I think the Golden Knights will lose close games, but win in a convincing manner. I'm going to be saying like 3-goal deficits, hat tricks. The lid of the barn is just getting blown the F off. It's going to happen. And when the Golden Knights lose, it's going to be like 3-2 empty net. Or 3-2, not empty net. 3-2 overtime. It's going to be like that. So it's not going to be a game where they're going to get absolutely embarrassed. Panthers Rangers, this one hurt me so bad because I'm a Panthers fan. I'm a Kitties fan. I like the Panthers so much, but I don't think they can do it. I think that they're going to get really close. I think they're going to be riding high. I think the Rangers are finally ready to step up. I think the Rangers have been practicing. Rangers! Hey, Ma. Ma in the chat, Britt in the chat, coworker in the chat. Super duper support from the friends and family of Week Aiken because I'm feeling pretty good about this. Hockey's pretty sweet, you may say. So, back to this. Rangers over Panthers. Oh, it hurts so much to say it, but I believe that the Rangers, I think that they're a team that they're so deep right now. They got a lot of talent, and they got some scary players like Rempe to play against. Players on the Panthers aren't going to act up, and I think the Panthers have a lot more players that are a lot more accident prone. They get injured more. Talking about Ekblad for the most part, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, if he does come back, I think they'll get injured again. I think Bobrovsky is going to flounder, and that's going to be the end of him. I think Bobrovsky can really have a lot of potential and a lot of momentum, but I think he's that goalie that once he gets stunned, it's over. Once Bobrovsky starts to lose, his confidence is going to tank. That's ultimately going to affect. That's ultimately going to. I got like something in the back of my nose and it's driving me crazy. It's like just like draining. But I think that Bobrovsky, once he starts losing, his confidence goes down real fast. I think they'll use Bobrovsky for the first 3 games and then finish with, oh, I can't think of the backup. Oh, I'm a bad Panthers fan. I'm putting myself on the spot. It's not Spencer Knight. It's not Alex Lyon. Maybe it's, no, I don't remember. I don't know, man. I forgot. If you know who the backup goalie is for the Panthers, I mean, I know I could look it up, but feel like you're a part of the chat. Comment below. Golden Knights versus Rangers in the Stanley Cup Final. Golden Knights are going to return to the Stanley Cup Final. They are going to show the Oilers who's boss in 7. Now, Golden Knights versus Rangers. I have Rangers winning the whole Stanley Cup in 5 games. Rangers winning the Stanley Cup in 5 games. Why? The Golden Knights have played so much more hockey than everybody else. I think that that's finally going to catch up with them. I know that they're deep. But I also think Adin Hill is going to get figured out in the playoffs. In the finals. And I think all the backups will falter. So like Logan Thompson, Vince McMahon meme, I think he's going to get shredded. If Gigi Petrarca gets played, he's going to get shredded. The Golden Knights, they're going to be a crushing franchise. Imagine going to the Stanley Cup Finals 3 times in your first 10 years of existence and losing 2. You win 1, you lose 2. You still win, but I think I think the magic will wear off. And I almost guarantee you the rest of if the Golden Knights. So if my bracket happens, right? And it's so fun when you talk your brackets because you kind of close your eyes and just envision the matchups. You do that mental comparison of the players, your comprehension of how they played this season. Maybe if you watch some of their games, you're a fan of that team, maybe that might sway you too. But you close your eyes and you think about those matches and who's going to win. It's entertaining. And then you kind of just talk about with other hockey fans why you think that this player, this team might overperform, might surprise the league. It's just a lot of fun. I like talking hockey a lot. One may say I'm caking. So, Rangers in 5, refocus. Rangers have goaltending. Rangers have scary, consistent scoring. And when I say scary, consistent scoring that's a part of the culture and it's been with the team for a while. You also have some younger players that are starting to perform. I think that ultimately is going to allow the Rangers to win in 5 games. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So tomorrow, let's talk about tomorrow's schedule. I'm excited to talk hockey. I'm going to say that a lot. Lightning Panthers, 10:30 a.m. Oh my gosh. I got to be waking up early. I'm definitely going to be streaming for that game. So that's the game I'm the most excited. I'm going to try to watch as much hockey as I can. I'm going to be watching hockey all GD day. Man, that's a lot of hockey. My day's melted. I wake up and I'm just going to be sitting in a chair. Now I got to be walking and talking. I'm not going to be streaming the full day. I'll probably stream. I'll definitely stream like most of the Lightning Panthers game. The next game is at 2 o'clock. We got the Capitals Rangers. 6 p.m. Avalanche Jets and 9 p.m. Predators Canucks. So I probably won't get to watch much of the Predators Canucks game. Maybe I'll do some of the Lightning Panthers and then a little bit of the Capitals Rangers, and then I'll be done streaming hockey for the night. I'm going to go over to my other stream and do my other thing I like to talk about. I'm going to be live for a long time. I'm going to be tripping over all my words because I got to keep hydrating myself. And I don't want to say that I'm nervous, but sometimes I just get so energized about what I'm talking about. My mind's thinking faster than my mouth. That's all I can say. So I'll definitely be streaming tomorrow morning for sure. So if you want to wake, and what I'm planning on doing is I want to be live at least 15 minutes before the game so we can kind of get the watch party going on. We get the squad, we get the gang, we get all the fans dropping on in. We're going to have a great time talking hockey. Eat your lunch. Talk to me about your life. Tell me what you think about hockey, what your favorite team is, what's popping off. I cannot wait to talk hockey. I cannot wait to get more people to enjoy one of my hobbies with me, one of my favorite hobbies with me, and just have unique discussions and seeing things from different vantage points. And of course, we're going to be sharing brackets. I'm going to be bringing the bracket back. I'll bring it back. I'll bring that bracket back tomorrow. And of course, I'll probably do it for at least all the games in the first round to kind of show people what's going on, what I feel, what I think about it. And I'm really excited for people to really tune in if that's the case. Because I am planning to be live. I won't say for all the games. What's pop? Why don't you want to move? Phone's cracked. What are you doing, phone? I'm looking at the schedule. Monday. Oh. What are you doing, phone? Okay, I have to slide like that. Okay. Goal. Oh, man, that goal. Oh. Golden Knights Stars is on a Monday night at 8:30, and the Kings Oilers is at 9. Oh, it hurts so bad, but the grind's got to be real. The grind's got to be real. It's going to be punishing. That's going to be punishing. Tuesday, 6:30. Pops, we might gotta be talking about hockey. You might gotta be catching me on the stream on that one. Oh man. Oh, that'd be a fun game to stream. So it looks like there are games going on most nights now. I do on Sundays and Wednesdays. I usually do other streams, and of course I try to have a life. But I'm gonna be blitzing these Stanley Cup playoffs. So usually Fridays, Thursdays. It's usually hard to catch me. And then what else would I say? But Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, maybe a little, I don't know, maybe I could tune in for a little on like Wednesdays. Because I want to do a lot more hockey, but dang, Thursday, Friday, I'm busy. Tuesday, I'm kind of busy. Tuesday, I am busy, but it doesn't mean I can't do it later on Tuesday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Dang, I got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Probably could do it Wednesday as well. So maybe 5 days. I mean, that's a lot of days, right? I'm gonna be consistent. I'm really excited to keep talking hockey. I sometimes you have to like, when am I gonna get groceries? When am I gonna do my laundry? When am I gonna do the dishes? So kind of gotta, as much as I want to blitz, you gotta make sure that I also have fun stuff to talk about. I mean, I'm always gonna have energy. Don't ever think I'm not gonna come with the energy, because I'm always gonna have the energy when I'm talking hockey and when I got the best people in the world tuning on into me. I'm so excited to talk more hockey. I'm so excited to have more discussions. And we definitely will. We'll definitely look more into it. And tomorrow, starting bright and early with the Panthers and Lightning. I remember I'm going to be streaming 15 minutes early tomorrow. So catch me at, what would that be? I said 11:45, so that'd be 11:30. For some reason, I didn't. I was second guessing myself. I'm like, no, it is 11:30. So 11:15. Dang, I'll be eating breakfast early. But yeah, catch me in the afternoon. It's gonna be Sunday afternoon. Go home. Say, shut up, Dad. I'm putting on caking. Take the remote. Shut up, Dad. Turn it on. Do it. I'm sure he'd like it. I'm sure your dad would appreciate it if you did that. And your dad's gonna be like, oh, how are we caking? Why am I turning? What's this kid? Why am I watching this kid? And he's like, yo, he's actually super knowledgeable. He's like actually super funny, and he sometimes talks a mile a minute so fast that he doesn't even know what he's saying. I do know what I'm saying. I'm just so excited about hockey. But I'm so excited to go over that. We're going to bring the hockey cards back. We got the hockey cards to show off when we're talking about the different teams. We had the Bruins going against the Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs collection. The Maple Leafs players be looking so much better because I have hollows of all of them. Look at that. Oh, Iceberg Matthews. Isn't that something? That's one of my favorites, the Iceberg Matthews. The Dazzlers are pretty hot. Oh man, I'm all about hockey cards right now. I'm trying to, I don't want to say my gimmick, because like in America that sounds weird, but in other cultures it's like not as weird. It's just like, oh, that's your thing. In other cultures they would say, or like in American culture, our culture, we'd say, oh, that's kind of like my thing, or that's like my niche. Some other cultures are like, yeah, that's your gimmick. I'm like, I want to be gimmicky. That looks pretty cool. So the Leafs lost, like we were talking about, 5-1. All these guys didn't show up. I mean, I'm sure that there's one, what do they call it? Putting you up. Well, you want to know a dated reference when they say, well, he's on a milk carton somewhere, because I think that they used to put like missing people on milk cartons. And that used to be a joke. Jeremy Swagman. Way more sand. It's cutting off half the face of these players. Boston neck. He goes in Boston neck. Oh, no. That is my biggest fear, and the thing that I don't want. And I'm probably gonna have to like look at like maybe clampy easels or something, so that they're like a lot easier to move and don't London Bridge each other. Don't London Bridge each other, because I know I'm gonna be spending so much time just like moving cards around. But we gotta think of like something funny to like spam in the chat every single time I knock a card over, because it's gonna happen like crazy. The domino effect is gonna be going off. But like we said earlier, the Maple Leafs have to score with their top players, or they're not winning. That's it. There's nothing else to say about that team. If their top players are not, that's fine, I guess. If their top players aren't scoring, they're not winning. But you're like, oh, well, obviously, Kakin. If you're players that are making $40 million, yeah, 4 players making $40 million. There's a cap hit of $82 million. That's half of how much your entire team gets paid. You're going nowhere. You're going nowhere. If you're fourth line, a line of, or 3 players, whatever you want to call it, that make less than a total combined value of $5 million, is your only production, you got a problem, and that needs to get solved immediately. If the Maple Leafs don't blow out the Bruins at home next game, pack it up. It's not happening. There's no magic in the squad. I think that the Maple Leafs... Now, I think that the Maple Leafs are a team that might be cannibalistic, in the sense that I think that they're going to yell at each other, and I think it's going to turn into a toxic locker room environment. In that toxic locker room environment is going to be so difficult to handle. They might need a strong coach, maybe like a Babcock. You saw what I did there? Those Maple Leafs, though, they can do it. I put them taking it. What I put 7 games, inevitably losing to the Bruins, or ultimately losing to the Bruins. I think both. It's not happening. They gotta step up. They gotta start taking their lanes. They gotta take more crisper passes. But I think they're also taking some penalties. You can get. I think they got. What was it? 2 power play goals and 1 empty net. They kind of really put them in their place. Bruins' talent is just so much more spread out. It's so much more thoughtful and thorough. Absolutely more intelligent roster building. More intelligent roster building. If you're a Boston Bruin, you're more spread out. You got 2 great goalies. A top 5 defenseman in the league. And your forwards are just insane. So ultimately, I think the Bruins are just going to continue to smoke them. If the Bruins win 2-0 or go up 2-0 in the series, it's over. Maple Leafs might get some puck luck in game 4, push it to game 5, get crushed by the Bruins. They're like, you know what? We're done with this insect. That was pretty low, but I mean, let's be honest. This is the hockey playoffs. A lot worse things get said on the ice, I'll tell you that. I think the Bruins are they're gonna get sick of the gnat, they're gonna get sick of the mosquito, and they're gonna crush it, and they're gonna go on with their life as a bare necessities, and they're gonna go scratch their butt up on a tree and be like, you know what? Done with these leaves. That's what I think. So, if you tuned in tonight, I really do appreciate you. I know it was a little late stream. I know the game's over, so a lot of the excitement's done. But I appreciate you letting me go into a little deep dive of the game. maybe next time we'll talk a little bit more stats about the game. I think that might be enjoyable for some fans, and I want to make sure that I'm engaging a lot of my fans and talking about some of the important things, because stats they're really fun to talk about too. And if you like the hockey cards, you got to like for the hockey cards. You got to follow for the hockey cards. If you didn't subscribe for the hockey cards, how am I going to afford them? Really, though. No, of course, I'm just really glad that you gave me time out of your night to tune in tonight and watch me talk about hockey. Like I said, I'm absolutely going live for the Lightning Panthers game. I'll probably go out, maybe I'll do like sporadic lives. So maybe like half hour or hour long, like drop-ins throughout the game, or at the end of the games, or maybe I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Maybe third periods. Maybe I'm just a third period guy. I always tune in for the third period of some of the other games. I'll think about it. But if you didn't hit the bell, if you hit the bell, well, if you didn't hit the bell, hit the bell. If you already hit the bell, don't hit the bell. Leave that bell on. The bell's gonna let you know when I go live, so you'll be able to be with. Oh man. I gotta think about what the fans will be called, or maybe the fans will think about what the fans will be called, or the chatters, whatever you want to call yourself, viewers, chatters, fans, whatever, followers, subscribers, so many different words to call you. And I really like you stopping in. So tomorrow, be there. I'll be going live 15 minutes early, and I'm hyped. I'm caking. I had such a great time. All right, everybody. Thank you for stopping by tonight, this afternoon. It's not this afternoon. I definitely went on way too late. But nonetheless, we'll be going on at different times. Definitely be here on the weekend. Absolutely going hard. This is Week Hiking. Thank you for tuning in. We got more Stanley Cup playoffs hype. We're going to be talking more hockey. That's going to be it. Take that cake out of the oven.